Good evening to you.
Good evening,
my friends. It is a pleasure to come and to talk with you. And you certainly do manage all of the time to provide a reading that is contentious, because there are many different views that can be taken on that passage that was read about the healing ministry of Jesus and how difficult it was. And we know too that this temple of light is primarily a healing sanctuary, because you are on a healing mission, you see. And that is good, because the physical body will always be troublesome to the individual at some time or another, because the physical body is but a temple for the spirit, and that temple has to one day be left by the spirit, for the spirit to continue its journey of life. But at that point, when the spirit leaves the body, you call it death. We call it life anew for the spirit, you see. And so there will always be a sickness of the body, of the mind, but never sickness of the spirit. So that is what we have to say to you to make things a little bit clearer. And sometimes, you see, when Christ was doing his ministry of healing, he would choose those that had physical problems, because it showed up the power of the Spirit and the power of the healing vibration of love. Because, you see, people would take notice, because they could see it with their physical eyes, that the man with palsy would then be able to have mobility. And so you see all these things. When you are not spiritually enlightened, you need these signposts given to you in a very fundamental way, so that you cannot put it down to coincidence or to luck or to anything else, that somebody waved a magic wand. It was part of that soul's journey to have the physical affliction lifted away at that time, for that man with palsy was also spiritually enlightened, you see. And some of those in your world that are afflicted physically, they are the strong beacons of light in your world that then facilitate those of you that channel the power of the Spirit to do the work that you are able to do because of your own spirituality. And so, you see, it is quite a complex situation, is it not? But what you need to know is that all of the time people are alleviated of their suffering in ways that may be unseen to you, but is known to us in the spiritual realms of light. And so we want you to be full of hope. We want you to know that healing only brings benefit, and that indeed is the true light of Christ that shines in your world. You have to have darkness to appreciate light. You have to have warmth, which you have a lot of, to appreciate cold which you had a lot of, you see, just in this 1 year of your calendar. And so you may say that it is extremes, and so it is, that sometimes the most extreme case of sickness is the one that will pull through and make a physical recovery, you see, just to show to others the power of the Spirit. In your world you have made many strides forward, in your world of medicine and medical technology, but still not everyone can be cured and their physical be well once more. But there are many that do, because it is part of their karma to go through many different challenges in life. And so we don't want you to look at somebody who is ill as the poor one. It just means that their spirit is evolving towards the new world of the Spirit, you see, because you have to grow and flourish and move on. Many people are directed to come in through these doors for help, and many, I am sure, come in and go out and do not return, for reasons best known unto themselves, but rest assured that they have been helped, you see. And sometimes, as individuals, you turn yourself away from the help that is offered, because that too is part of your karmic journey through life. So all you have to remember is that you have to be true to yourselves, each one of you, and take on the responsibility of your own spirituality, of your own spiritual understanding. Jesus not only brought forward acts of healing, but he taught those that worked with him, his chosen ones, to do exactly the same as he. And so that means that you all have the ability to work with your own spirit and use your own gifts to be able to help others, to give them a little bit of encouragement when they feel that they are in darkness, that they are fearful of the outcome of their illness, of their challenge, of their problems in life. And so we are all capable of channeling the Spirit, and those in the spirit world are only too willing to help us along the way. Christ never took on to himself the worries and the problems of others, because he was always prayerful, and so he would send out to those in the spirit world and to the great Creator that you call God for assistance in all the work that he did. And so it is that that is the way forward in life, to bring that great power of love to the confines of the earth, into the arena for all those that are willing to open their hearts and minds to the understanding that the Spirit within allows them a life of eternity. And so there is no end, only new beginnings. And as complex as that reading was, it brings forward enlightenment for you to know that you can indeed face all adversity and still know that you are going to journey forward in life. It is very difficult to leave behind what you know as reality. It is very difficult to leave behind the family that you love, the friends that are dear to you, and all that connect to you. But you know, the time will come when we all have to say goodbye to the physical connection to the earth and to the others that we connect to through that love tie. For each one of us has a purpose and a journey to fulfill, to bring forward that light, to share in that light, and to share in the love of God the Father. Jesus walked the earth to demonstrate the power of the Spirit in many and varied aspects. Healing was one of those aspects of spiritual understanding and enlightenment. So take up the challenge, my friends. Take out the message that you know to be true, that your life will continue whatever you have faced in the physical form. It is but a transition to the next realm of existence. And you know, when many suffer physical problems, it helps your medical profession to adapt and reform and understand and push the boundaries out for more and more help to be given to those that suffer. We are marching forward all of the time. But you know, there are many that have short spans of life in the physical world and others that have longer lives. But you know, it does not matter whether it is short, medium or long. And we're not talking about your clothes. We're talking about the idea that you have to move forward at the time that is right for your own spiritual growth. And that is all that matters. So do not look upon those that suffer physically in a way that you feel sorry for them, because they sometimes are truly enlightened from their own spirit, and that makes their life quite adaptable, you see, and they can soon realize when they return to the spirit realms, the work that they have done has been good, to make others sit up and take notice, because they are a little different from others, because of the problems and the adversity that they face as an individual. But that molds the personality that they are in the physical body, and it molds the spirit that they truly are, to shine that light further and further forward, to bring in those that are fearful of the unknown and not willing to unfold their own spiritual gifts and their own spirituality. I hope that that has brought some to that greater understanding of what illness and sickness is about in your world. So know that no one suffers, as you would see it, endless pain, unless they keep themselves in the darkness, away from the light of the truth. And then their life can be very difficult, but all of the time they are assisted by those that walk with them. And so it is that we have to intermingle the one world with the other, the physical with the spiritual. And in so doing, you are about God's work. And so you are taking up your own ministry and basing it on the life and the works of many of the avatars that came before, in eons of time gone by. But you know, you need to have that understanding of the true essence of the Spirit of God the Father. So read these words in these books and take on board the message that is there for each one of you according to your need. So you always remember that the doors of a sanctuary such as this are always open, and encourage others to come through those doors, to seek answers to questions and fears that they may be carrying with them needlessly. For the truth is the truth. The light is the light. We want to banish all darkness within your world, and then peace would indeed come to your earth. There would be changes beyond your comprehension, but we work tirelessly to use anyone that is willing to take on board the truth that there is no death, that life is truly eternal. And so we say to you, my friends, good night and God bless.